Hello, Franklin, and welcome to another episode of Want TV. I know you're probably thinking, who are these people on my screen? Well, that's because we're not your usual host of Want TV. We're your people behind the camera. With that being said, hi, I'm Victoria, and I'm your senior producer of Want TV. And as senior producer, I work to make sure that everything you see is up to par for Friday's show, and that everybody's segment is done and is perfect. And with me here today, I have Celia and Michael. So Celia, what do you do on Want TV?
I direct, and I basically just direct each show that comes out live every Friday, and I decide who gets shown at any given time.
I am the senior editor of Want TV, which means that I go through all the segments, they all get sent to me, and then I decide if they're up to Want TV standard or par, and just make sure that everything's good for you every Friday.
So I know that transitioning coming out of COVID back into the studio must have been really hard for some of us. So Celia, can you tell me a little bit about your experience coming from COVID back into the studio?
Well, when we left, we were in Aspects 1, and I just did not know what I was doing. I was just making videos that just looked crazy. But I feel like now I just grown so much, and I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and I know what I excel in, so I think it just made it easier for me to direct.
That's great. And what about you, Michael?
I think the adjustment of having to work with people was hard.
Yeah.
You were definitely used to, or at least I was used to being very much so by myself and directing, editing, planning, shooting the whole video solely based on you. And now coming here, I don't even really shoot that much. Yeah. I just look over stuff, and it's different, but it's definitely fun. And seeing another part of the process is definitely good for me.
Yeah, I can relate to the both of you. I think coming in at first was a little scary. I feel like I had forgotten all my camera and editing skills because I was so used to being on my phone. But it's definitely great to be back and be working with you guys once again. I really missed that. And with that being said, we've produced a whole bunch of segments so far this year, right? So what were some of you guys' favorite segments this year?
I know for me, it had to be the Bestie versus Bae. All these couples we be seeing in the hallways, they don't even know each other. It was just so funny.
What's my husky's name?
Prince.
Blue. Yeah.
No way.
Each
All right,
other,
you got one.
it was just so funny to watch.
For me, I would say it was Finish the Lyric, just because when I was editing, especially the most recent edition, Holiday, if you guys watched it, there's an auto-tune slider on Final Cut that I recently found, and I had a field day with it. I can insert some clips
On
here.
the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me.
Wait, just give me the lyrics.
But I didn't even put most of them in the episode. I just had a good time by myself giggling at my laptop.
Must be nice. For me, my favorite segment had to be the teacher spotlight. I know for me, sometimes I be thinking that teachers, all they do with their life is just come to school. So it was really interesting to see that, some teachers really have, a life outside of here, and they do, other things. So, seeing Mr. Downer, singing and dancing, that was so cool to me, yeah. But I know those are your favorites. So now, what were some of the segments that really gave you guys a run for your money? Really gave you a hard time? Celia?
I know for me, the teacher spotlight was just the hardest segment I had to do. It was just so much work trying to fit into another teacher's schedule and just having to find clips, and it was just a lot. But at the end, it came out very well, and Mr. Downer was so nice, and he was just a wonderful person to work with.
I think the theme of the hardest things turning out the best is going to continue, because for me it was the Thanksgiving whole special. Shooting that, I know we made the joke throughout the whole episode that it was cold, but it was so cold. It was 20 degrees, and I was holding the camera, and by the end of the night I was just shaking, and all my fingers were cracked up and just completely white and broken. It was bad.
Yeah. For me, what was really hard? Way back, in September when we were doing the Mr. Solomon spotlight, it was one of our very first episodes. So I was already feeling the pressure, And then like I had to go and get like clips to shoot it. I was like editing up until the day it was due. I had to like go out of the way to get B-roll. It was just a whole lot. But at the end of the day, it came out really beautiful. And so, but since we're going into the new year, what do you guys really want to bring into WAN TV in 2022?
I just feel like for next year on TV, I just feel like we just like grow more, like, you know, we just grow more for our love for the program and just like feel more comfortable. Like we don't even need Mr. Penix to tell us what to do, you know? Kind of like that.
I like reflect her sentiment. Basically, because I get all the segments sent to me, I just want to see everybody, like when something gets sent to me, I don't even need to look at it. It's already good, like it's done. And I think we're getting there as a team. We might just need this time in the new year to really get perfect, and you guys will see the benefits of that.
Yes, I completely agree with the both of you. And for me personally, as senior producer, I do want us to continue creating content that not only makes you smile and makes you laugh, but that connects with you on a more emotional level and on a deeper level as well. So I'm hoping to bring that to the table. But what we do need from you guys as an audience is to keep volunteering, keep being in the segments, keep watching, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and tuning into the Instagram. Anything else you guys want to say?
Nothing. Peace, love, happiness.
All right.
And with that being said, 1, 2, 3.
We'll see you in the halls, Franklin.